Hey, what's shaking, guys? Luke Dancy here. We are joined today by the man on the screen, Mike Clark, to tell you all about his brand new release, a re-release, an updated release from his original Revised 5. It is now Revised 5 Mark II. We're going to tell you what's new about it. We're going to tell you what's great about it. And we're going to give you all the details from the man himself. He is joining me from California, Mr. Mike Clark. What's up, dude?
What's up? How's it going?
All right, all right. It's great, man. It's great to see you here, and thanks for hanging out with us today to tell everyone about this guy, Revised 5 Mark II. Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
yes. So where are you from? For those that don't know you, we'll just get into that real quick, and then we'll jump into the trick. Where are you out there in the world?
Yeah. I'm out here in beautiful San Diego,
Nice.
California. We have no seasons out here, pretty much sunny. Not to make anybody jealous, but it's just pretty amazing out here, but we pay for it.
Isn't that the
We pay
truth?
for
Yeah, yeah.
it. It's
But
expensive.
the great thing is, the cool thing is, because I'm in the desert where it's super super hot. We're going to be talking today about something that all you guys can do, and I know you want to do. It is magic with gum, and this is one of the things that everyone's been talking about, raving about, because not only is it perfect for live performances, it's also great for this type of stuff to the camera, social media, and all that stuff. So, if they haven't seen Revised 5 Mark II yet, I'm going to kind of bring up the video while you're chatting here. Maybe tell the guys about what it is, and then we'll tell them about what's different from the original and all the other great details. So, what exactly is Revised 5 Mark II, numero dos?
Yeah, Mark II. Well, it's a color changing gum effect. Changes three colors on the front and three colors on the gum, and then at the end, the gum disappears. But Mark II, now at the very end, the best part, in my opinion, is you could actually do one last change, which is change not only the gum to the three colors, red, green, and blue, but you could actually put the gum pack in the spectator's hand, and at the end, they turn it around and it's changed all three colors, which
Nice.
to me that's the best part. Ends in the spectator's hand. They could feel the front. It could, it's perfect for live, more so than the original, which you could not hand out the pack like that. So definitely a step up in my opinion. That's the Mark II. So
Nice. And
yeah.
the big question is that I know a lot of people want to know the answer to when it comes to things like this. Do you have to make this yourself? Do you get a pre-made gimmick, Mike Clark, or do people have to get in there and do the arts and crafts stuff with this one?
Okay. I've bought a lot of tricks, and when I put this one out, I wanted to make sure it was pre-made for anybody buying it.
Nice.
So you get a pre-made gimmick. Everything is there. You don't have to run and really go get anything else. The only thing that is needed, or if wanted, is changing the wrappers in the gum with actual gum wrappers. So we didn't do that for a couple reasons. So one, there's some trademark stuff, but two, it allows you to to always have clean and fresh gum on it. So it looks like real gum. It's let you continually change it out if something rips or something falls apart, you could fix it. But that is the only construction, if wanted, you need to do. It comes ready to go. You could do green, red, and blue. Everything works as is, but the one construction I would recommend is changing the wrappers for real wrappers.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
That'd be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. And I guess because it is gum, I mean, you're not going to receive the gum, with the trick. That's something you have to provide yourself too, right?
Yes, that is right.
Yeah.
That is
Not a
right.
not a big
Which
deal.
I tried to go with the gum when in research. I tried to go with the gum that was just seemed to be out there the most and most
Yep.
popular, which was obviously those three colors.
Cool.
So
And
yeah.
someone that has purchased this wants to let people know this as well. Kyle McIntosh, the little time it takes to do the extra addition of the wrappers is so worth it and so simple. And that was going to be a question I was going to ask was how hard is that to do? So very easy. It's great.
Yeah. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, it's super easy. I have a tutorial showing you, walk you right through it. You probably don't
Cool.
even need the tutorial. It's pretty easy. Yeah.
This is something kind of going along with that. Another good question here from Mark Wybrow. He says, how easy is the construction, which we just talked about, but the repair? If you need to fix part of this, and I have a feeling this is made a lot like something we were just talking about, which is like Twister flavor, where it's one of those things where it's made to last. But they had to repair it. Maybe we could talk a little bit about that too, just to get all the details squeezed out of there.
Yeah, in the tutorial, I do a whole portion on this. Shout out to Sky Member, man. These guys made it amazing. I mean, it's even like water resistant, which is I don't know who's going to be. Well, if it's raining, there you go. But it could get wet, and this thing's still going to work. Compared to the first version to this version, definitely going to last. I teach you how to kind of where to keep it, where not to keep it. But sometimes even as simple as a Sharpie, that's all you need to kind of tweak some parts. But for the most part, I will say there's not going to be a lot of repair, and if there is, it'll probably be you'll know what to do. It'll be pretty evident, like if it's tape or glue or just something. But for the most part, this thing is really made solid. I wish I could take credit for making it. I did not. Sky Member did a great job of creating this thing. It's really meant to last. So, but yeah, I don't know if that answers repair, but.
As Daniel Rick says too, which is a good point, he's in Florida. He said with the humidity down there and the rain, waterproofing is actually a nice bonus for him. So yeah.
Oh, sweet. That's great. Good to hear. Good to hear.
And what are we seeing here? Where this is from Instagram, which everyone should be following at Magic Trick Mike. You can see his name there at the top. Yeah, I mean, you're doing the trick. Is there anything you're doing different here than maybe people don't see in the instruction or something else? Like, are you doing anything different, or is this pretty much you just kind of putting some stuff together with the routine here?
Yeah, I think this one's just the basic routine.
Okay.
On the tutorial, I teach a couple different handlings, but that's what people are going to get. You're going to be able to change the color right away. I mean, honestly, the coolest thing is pulling this thing out of the box right away. You could do it. I mean, you could probably figure it out, but I highly recommend the tutorial because I do it and it's super fun. Just kidding. It's probably not super fun, but yeah, I teach a few handlings, but I'm telling you, this thing is like so easy to perform. You're going to want to practice a little bit, but everything's pretty inclusive and ready to go and very much self-explanatory. Once you see it, you'll see exactly what I mean. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
We've also had some kind words from some folks out here. Derek Bumpus says that he has this and it's built very well. So nice testament to the craftsmanship of that.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah, some great, some really good love for this out there. But Kyle actually does highlight something, which is important. Absolutely watch the tutorial before messing with it. I mean, I think that goes for any trick. You don't want to like break something before you have a chance to use it, of course. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's a great point. Thanks, Kyle. That's highly recommended. Not just because I'm doing it. It definitely walks you through the process of what you need to know. Different things maybe you wouldn't have thought of, ways to end the trick, which I think is really cool and unique for this version. Even if you have the old version, really cool ways to teleport gum into your pocket and different things like that. So,
Cool.
Super cool.
All right. There was another question that I saw pop up earlier. This is from the Magic Cafe, the Green Monster. It says, what does it mean at the end of the ad copy? And he puts quotes here: ungimmicked, gaffed gum packs available for purchase separately. So that does sound a little confusing. Ungimmicked gaff. Like if it's not gimmicked, then how is it gaffed? So what does that mean?
Totally. So that's a really good question. So you actually at Sky Member can purchase just the pack of gum. So there's no gimmick involved in this. There's nothing in it other than a pack of gum. The gum's not even included. So it's really just you get this pack, which we share in the tutorial why that could be beneficial doing it live. You could send the pack as a souvenir, sign it for somebody. It could be really fun and cool. But yeah, that is for sale on Murphy's page, but it is ungimmicked. So this is almost like a deck switch, I guess. I guess that's the only way I could think of is doing a deck switch with this. Being able to hand this out filled with gum could be really, really cool. Really cool. So, yeah.
All right, good. I'm glad we were able to get the details on that. I know everyone is wanting to know as much as they can about this and everything they pick up. And here's the part you like there where the gum vanishes at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. And if you guys have any live questions too, that's why we're here. We've got Mike probably for about another 10, 15 minutes tops. So if you guys have any live questions, here's another one actually coming in. Speaking of that, Mark Wybrow, what's the skill level of this? And if you're a complete beginner, roughly how long will it take to master this trick? So just in general, how hard is Revise 5 Mark II? How hard is it to do, at the end of the day?
Um, I was telling Luke, I see myself more as a creator than a magician. So I made this trick with uh did I freeze up there? I made this trick with everybody in mind. When I think of card tricks and I think of coin tricks, there's so much you got to learn and do. But I really wanted a trick that could really, 10-year-olds could do, but also 80-year-olds would want to do. So it was I made it all inclusive where it's probably going to take, depending on your skill level, if you're brand new, it'll probably take you, a half hour to master. I mean, really, it's pretty basic, pretty easy as long as you have the handlings down. It's hard to mess up. If sometimes with a card trick or a coin trick, you could, this is a hard one to mess up. So it's pretty easy.
Cool. It's always a
Yeah.
bonus. Always a bonus.
Yeah, that was important. That was important to me, honestly, because there was a lot of other things I could have done to make it a little more sleight of hand and complicated. But I don't want people to have to think about that so much when they're trying to, entertain people.
Yep.
So
Yep. True that. Also, just for the just for shiggles here, just for giggles, Kyle McIntosh also says he says something about the bloopers. Do you have some bloopers on the tutorial there, Mike Clark? Is that what's going down there? Is that what I'm seeing?
I do have some bloopers.
All
Yes.
right. So watch the
I didn't know
tutorial.
they're. Yeah. Tutorials. Hopefully fun. I've watched a lot of tutorials, and sometimes I fall asleep before I get to the end. So
I
I
know, right?
tried to keep it peppy. I drink a
Well,
lot of Red Bull, so.
speaking of that though, too. Oh, cheers to you. I have water, but cheers to you. All right. This is cool. Brett Shin Magic. He says the video tutorial was probably one of the best he's watched. Teaching was absolutely well done without any distractions, and of course the bloopers that he mentioned as well. Some gags that made him laugh. So some love for the tutorial. There you go.
Thanks, guys. That's funny. We had fun. We had fun doing it.
That's what it's all about,
Yeah.
man. Right at the end of the day, like this should be fun stuff, right? I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
Also, when it comes to the reset, another general question, but a good question for this because you are doing multiple changes with the pack here. How hard is it to reset, or how long, I should say, does it take to reset this when you want to do it again?
Yeah. 10 seconds or less. I mean, it really is. After all said and done, you could set it up almost instantly, which is one of the reasons I love this trick. It's really one that you could do back to back to back. There's even ways that you can get creative with it. It's really left open, obviously, to our imagination. Any trick that I ever buy, even a card trick, coin trick, I try to make it a candy trick. And so I'll take their idea and put it into somehow. So I can't wait to see what people have created as far as, different ideas, different handlings. I've seen a few already on Instagram that have been really fun to watch, so it's really up to your imagination. But at the end of the day, a reset is
Nice.
super quick.
All
Super
right.
quick.
Good to know.
And easy.
Good to know.
Not a lot of setup on this trick.
Also, Mark Wybrow is also throwing out some love for us with the matching hats on backwards, which I actually did this on purpose because I've watched enough of your Instagram stuff to know that Mike Clark rocks, hats this way around. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna be in tune today. So it's noted.
Love it. That's awesome.
So yeah,
awesome.
noted. We see you, Mark. We see you. We see you. Also, I had another clip queued up. This is from the original handling, but our friend Javier, you guys have seen him with the Nexus wallet, and he's in a lot of our trailers now for products. I have this queued up of him doing the original Revise 5, a nice little handling here if you want to talk a little bit about what's going on here with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say I want to give a shout out to Javier. Early on, I did kind of come out of nowhere with doing tricks and knew nothing about it. So I just started cold calling magicians, anybody that would listen to me, and Javier was one of the first guys that actually got back to me and really walked me through a lot of the process, honestly. So he was a huge friend during the make of the original, because I really had no idea what to do. If you got the original, you got it in a little cardboard box with with a with a some tape on it. But yeah, Javier was great. So he's doing the original. That's the one that I originally created, where it's just the three different color changes, the gum changes, then gum disappears.
Cool.
But now at the end, obviously, it does one last change, which honestly, I give shout out to Sky Member, helping me come up with that, way of making that work. Because now it goes from three changes to four, which I think is cool, and they could feel the box at the end, which
Nice.
honestly was is a perk. So yeah.
Cool. Another good live question coming in. One I actually did not ask myself, and I'm glad that he did. Matthew Jameson says, if this hasn't already been answered, how angle sensitive is this? Why don't we get into the angles real quick? Yeah, that's a good question, Matthew.
It's a great question. You don't want anybody behind you. When I guess you don't never want anybody behind you, but I know sometimes people circle up. But it's for the most part, it really done right and practiced. There's really not a lot of bad angles, from I would say 180. I mean, really, if somebody's looking over your shoulder, even if they're looking over your shoulder, they might see one of the gum changes or something. But for the most part, it's if people are right in your sphere, this thing you could do it right in front of a group of 20, however many people are there. Which Luke, I don't know if you knew this. This is a fun fact, but early after it came out, Farid from Germany. Do you know who Farid is
No, that doesn't
by
ring a bell,
chance?
actually.
He's he's like the David Blaine of Germany, and he had a primetime television show, and he flew down to LA, drove 4 hours to meet me at a candy shop in San Diego, and did a whole bit on my stinking trick. I was like,
Whoa, that's
what?
cool.
I thought I was getting punked, and they showed up with like three big old cameras and audio, and I was like, and then they made me perform in front of people. It's actually on my Instagram page, but they made me
I'll look
perform
for it.
in front of people. And you guys, just so you know, I do not do magic in front of people. I it's rare. Maybe my family, but they all know my tricks because I love showing them how I do it. But yeah, so that was very nerve wracking, but also one of the funnest things I got to do. And it aired. I got like I think like 500 followers from Germany that night. It was crazy.
Well, this might be one of them here. Thomas from YouTube says hi from Germany, so you never know. It could be from.
Yes, yes. What's up,
Okay.
Thomas? That's so amazing. That's so
Do
amazing.
you
That
remember,
was
by the
that was a
way?
highlight.
Do you remember what the thumbnail on your Instagram might look like for that? Because I'm going through your feed, but it's there's a lot of them here. So
Oh, I know.
I'm
Shoot.
looking. I'm looking.
Maybe it might be of Farid. I can't even remember. It's pretty far down. Not super far, but
I'll keep
yeah,
looking.
darn, I should have
I'll
had that. Yeah,
I'll keep
I'm
looking.
on my phone, or else I would look help you find it. But it was a treat. Honestly, it was so well done. I had no idea it was going to be this whole thing. I probably would have did my hair or something. But anyway, it was really one of the highlights of doing all this was that working with Farid, because his whole team was amazing. I mean, it was just, is that it? Oh, that's it right there. Yep. Yeah. See, I had to like that. I never do tricks in front of people, so I had to literally do magic in front. He's like, call a crowd, and I'm like, I don't know how to call a crowd, but we just and he's speaking in German, so there's subtitles. So I'm just like nodding at the end. I'm like kind of nodding as whatever he's saying. I had no idea, and could have been calling me an idiot for all I knew. It was pretty funny. Solid guy though, amazing guy. He said I was the best candy magician in the world, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a thing, but I'll take it.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing. And on your website, you should have that in big, bold letters. Best candy magician in the world.
Yes, yes. Sounds so daunting,
Oh my god.
so intimidating.
Um, and while I do have his
Yep.
account keyed up one more time, guys, right here, I'm going to highlight it. Make sure you go give him a follow over on Instagram at Magic Trick Mike, because he does post a lot of fun stuff.
Not Magic Mike.
No, the other one, the other one, Magic
Not
Trick
that
Mike.
big difference. Big difference.
And I mean, you're
I
posting all
cannot
kinds
dance.
of crazy stuff with candy and obviously gum packs and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Split was one of my favorites with Adam
oh yeah, I remember.
Wilbur.
Yeah,
Another hero of mine. that guy's brain blows my mind. But I did splits on there. That was a really fun one to do. But I think it's
Little
up further if you.
I'm doing a little side by side now because there's you with the mustache and you without the mustache. Without.
Well,
With.
I miss my mustache. I miss my mustache. I have 3 teenage daughters, and they made me shave it. They wouldn't take pictures with me anymore.
Oh, come on.
I know, right? I know. I feel so naked without my mustache, but
Mateo is out here. I know he's one of your buddies. He says the trick's amazing, and you are definitely one of the greatest gum/candy creators out there. So some love from your friend Mateo. That's just nice.
Mateo's the best. Thanks, Mateo. You're awesome, man.
Yeah. And then just one cool thing, not that it has anything to do with the trick specifically, but I have heard from a few different young magicians, such as Mateo and Bryce, that you definitely have been very helpful towards the younger generation of magicians, and I think that's a good thing because that doesn't always happen with people when they create stuff. Sometimes they just kind of get in their own world and they just kind of push the young guys to the side because they think they know more or they know better. So
Yeah.
it's nice to hear someone is helping kind of the up and coming guys too. So much love to you for
Oh
that.
well, I had some cool guys. David, like from Magic Crashers, Javier. Seth Race. A lot of these guys. Nicholas Lawrence. I mean, a lot of them. Everybody I reached out to that got back. A lot of them got back to me, which was really encouraging. So it's if I can do that back, then if I see your comment, or DM, I'm gonna get back to you for sure.
Nice. And we're looking once again. This is from his Instagram. This is Revised 5 Mark II being performed by the man himself right here, and this is available now from Magic Shops. I know for a little while there, Mike, it was on pre-sale, but right now it is
Yep.
officially launched, available, and in stock from those Magic Shops around the world. So that is very exciting. So you guys should pick it up today.
Yeah.
I think the only question I haven't given the guys the answer to is the price, and it is $40. It does retail for
Yes.
$39.95. So I wanted you guys to also be aware of that. So yeah, that is actually, it's funny. It's like I'm reading someone's mind, Mike, because look at that. What's the cost? It just came out.
Oh, nice. It's magic.
That's right. Anything
awesome.
you'd like to add? I know that there's a lot of the small details I've tried to cover. Obviously, the reset, how hard it is to do. Do you have to make anything? But are there any little details about this that might have slipped through the cracks that you want people to know about because this is like your thing and you've been working on it for so long?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other details you want to share?
You know what? Again, Sky Member was a real huge help in all this. They took a chance on it. I wanted it to be back out there somehow because it sold out so quick early on, and I just couldn't get anybody to help. It was tough, and so Sky Member took a chance. So I know that's not a detail about the trick, but they really I want to give them credit for a lot of the trailer and just the creation of it. They did an incredible job. So super grateful for them. And as far as the trick at hand, I just love that it comes ready to go. I
Mm-hmm.
love when I get a trick in the mail and I get to open it and it's like I don't have to go to Michael's to get all the yarn, and I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never used yarn on a trick, but but you know what I mean? Like you don't have to go buy a bunch of stuff to do it. You get to take it out and right away you get to look at it and see it and kind of see the fundamentals of it, and the tutorial explains really the whole process. It's only 30 minutes, not a super long tutorial. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then there's a lot of just teleportation in it too, which the gum can end up your pocket to hand out to a spectator. I think that's a really important piece. You leave people with a piece of gum. I know it's silly, but they're going to be chewing that gum for the next however long, and they're going to be thinking of that trick. And so I think for anybody looking to do this as a working magician,
Mm-hmm.
don't put it off, because it's not just a social media trick. And seeing guys like Justin Flom do it, I mean, that kind of blew my mind, to be honest with you. He's one of my favorites. But yeah, so I think that's
Okay.
it.
Cool.
That's all.
And just real quick, I know people they slide in here sometimes when we're already
Sure.
streaming. If you want to just highlight one more time, I'm sorry, Mike. Emilio asked, "What's the difference between version 1 and 2?" If you want to just quickly answer that one more time, I know we already discussed it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, for sure. So the original, you change the front 3 times, the gum 3 times, and you make the gum disappear at the end. And that's kind of the trick. Kind of ends there with the green gum, and you're kind of done. Mark II, you now get to do everything the exact same as the first version, but at the end, you get to take the pack, put it into the spectator's hand. They ask their favorite color. They then open it up, and not only is the gum changed to 3 different colors, red, blue, and green, but they could lift up the box themselves and see that the box has actually changed all 3 colors.
Cool.
So they could feel the box. They could, it's really, really well made compared to the first one. It's water resistant. I mean, can't do it underwater, but maybe. But yeah, so it's just a big difference, I would say. This gets to, and anytime you could put something in the spectator's hand, to me, that's a win. So
Yeah.
the big difference from the first one.
True that. And thanks for going over that again. I know that we covered that in the very beginning, but it's a very
Yeah, no
important
worries.
detail. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And as Fiddlin' Johnny says over on the YouTubes, Mike Clark, the greatest yarn magician in the world, is your next goal.
That's good. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. That's great.
And Emilio says amazing. And no worries, Emilio. I just wanted to make sure that we got you in there before we wrap this up. So don't forget, guys, one more time, this is available now from your favorite magic shop. We're talking about Revised 5 Mark II, the brand new version of this from the creator himself, right there, Mike Clark, who's kind enough today to spend some time with us. But if you have any other questions, maybe you weren't able to watch this live, which I understand, you can always post those comments or questions in the comment section below this video, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. We do our best to go in there, keep up those questions. So if you have any more, let us know. If I don't know something, I'll send Mike a message on Instagram. I'll drop him a DM and I'll be like, hey, Mike, yo, tell me this. And he'll be like, okay.
Yo, I got you. I got you.
And we'll be good. So, dude, thanks a lot for hanging out. And again, you guys make sure to follow him over on Instagram at Magic Trick Mike. Not Magic Mike. Magic Trick Mike.
Not Magic Mike. No. Magic Mike.
And pick up this today from your favorite magic shop. So, Mike, thank you again for the time. And you guys for hanging out with us today. And for the questions. And again, if you have any more, don't be shy. We're out there for you. So, from me and Mike Clark, have a great rest of your day. And we'll catch you all next time. See you guys.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.